Good morning. Today I'm doing the week 3 update. We had lots of thunderstorms in this past week, and the grass in the front has grown a lot. I'm gonna go a little bit aggressive because the weather is a little bit cooler right now and the grass can handle a little bit more stress, but I'm gonna cut it at 2.5 inches instead of 3 inches today. I'm gonna start bringing it down a little bit because I'm getting some aeration coming through in a couple weeks, and I might top dress a little bit more in the front here in some areas where I had a lot of clay soil. So I'm gonna bring it down a little bit today, and I also want it to let more of the grass be able to breathe. The new grass, it's really getting thick now in a lot of areas. There are still a few bare spots, but if you look, and you can see, like, here's a bare spot over here, a little bit of bare spots over here. There's still a lot of fungal action and stuff because it's getting really cool in the mornings. I don't know if that the disease X really did much or whatever that I put down last week, but there are still a few bare spots, and those spots are going to be overseeded again after I get the aeration done. But it's really thick in all the spots that had a lot of grass. This area was pretty bare, but it has filled in quite a bit. So let's go get the mow on. So there's the week 3 cut. One of the other things that I'm trying to accomplish, I guess, by cutting it a little bit shorter, is that I want to try to train the tall fescue to grow a little bit shorter, so that it puts out more of the leaves closer to the soil instead of up high, so that it can I can start cutting it a little bit shorter and it still would be as thick. And so that's it for my cuts for today. A little recap of what I've done so far. Week 0 was the overseeding week, so that was 3 weeks ago, and that time I put down the Menards version of Milorganite as a starter fertilizer and gypsum to condition the soil, and we top dressed. Go check out that video to see what we did. And then 1 week later, week 1, which I didn't get a video of, but I will the next time I do it, I put down, instead of mowing, I didn't mow it that week right away, but I put down RGS and Air-8 to help nutrients get down further into the soil and to help the roots to grow down thicker. Then week 2, I did mow and put down the Menards starter fertilizer instead of the natural fertilizer, just a little bit more, just to get a little bit more phosphorus down and to help with additional root growth. And today I mowed week 3, and sometime this week I'm also planning to put another dose of RGS and Air-8 down, but a smaller dose, and you'll see how I apply the RGS and Air-8, which goes by the name of the compaction cure. So if you got a lot of heavy soil, this is what you'd want to do. So stay tuned for that one. And then the rest of today, I'm actually going to be working in the backyard, and I'll be starting the backyard rehab process, and I started posting videos for that too, so check out that series too to see what I do back there. It's going to be similar to what I did in the front, but I'm going to try to get more of it on video than I did for the front yard, because I wasn't planning to put it on YouTube at the time. So I'll show you a little bit more about that and how I go about the backyard rehab. in another video series, so check that out too. A good afternoon, morning, noontime. Right now actually I'm on my lunch break, but this is the continuation of the week 3 update. The week 3 update ended up being kind of short. I wanted to add a little bit more content, more than just a mow, but something that you could actually use. So I'm going to be applying my second application of Air-8 and RGS on the front lawn. I had those things are loud, huh? So I had applied Air-8 and RGS at the week 1 cutting, the week 1 mark, but I didn't get it on video. So I wanted to explain a little bit about how I mix them, apply them, and a simple way that I learned from Alan Haynes, the lawn care nut, of applying it so you don't have to worry about going too heavy or not putting enough. So let's get on with that, and I'll show you how the tip I learned from him on how to apply it easily using a hose end sprayer. Alright, so I've been noticing that when I've been watering or when it rains a lot here in the front, especially in this area right next to me where there's a lot of heavy clay soil, it gets really spongy, and I'm also been noticing that the grass isn't really growing as tall in this area either. So I want to lessen the compaction in this area, assuming there is some that's holding the moisture up near the ground and making the clay or something, making it, it could be the peat moss and stuff too that I put down that's making it feel squishy and spongy. But I want to make sure that the nutrients and the rain and the water are getting down deeper so the roots can grow deeper. So I'm going to be applying Air-8 and RGS, and these are part of the N-Ext biostimulants package, which you'll find the link in the description of the video, or my link in bio on Instagram. And I'm going to apply with this Ortho hose end sprayer. Mine's kind of dingy now, but it still works. And I'm going to show you how to measure it out. So RGS, they recommend to use a minimum rate of 3 ounces per 1,000 and a maximum rate of 6 ounces per 1,000. Air-8, they recommend to use a minimum rate of 6 ounces per 1,000 and a maximum of 9 ounces per 1,000. So if you want to make it easy, you can just go 6 ounces per 1,000 on both of them. That's the recommendation for the compaction cure. That is listed on the description, on the Yard Mastery website, which you'll also find the link to that in the description, or in my link in bio, my link tree. So I have about 2,500 square feet here in the front yard that I'm going to be spraying with today, and I'm actually running a little bit low on the Air-8, so I'm going to have to put in another order. I've been using these for a couple years now. The Air-8 more than the RGS apparently, so I need to catch up and use a little bit more of the RGS. So if I take that 2.5 times 6 ounces, that's gonna take me to 14 ounces. Am I doing my math right? 15 ounces. 15 ounces each. For each of these to go at the 6 ounces per 1,000 for 2.5 thousand. So I'm gonna go to this thing has marks for ounces, and it's broken by every 2 ounces. There's a mark, and it's labeled every 4 ounces. So there's a 4 ounce, 6 ounce, 8 ounce, and so on, mark there. I'm gonna go up to just under the 16 ounce mark, and then if I do 16 times 2, that takes me up to the 32 ounces. 16 times 2 is 32. Yeah, so that's 32 ounces. It's gonna take me all the way to the top. So you can get about or actually it'll take me to the mark below it, 30 ounces. That's easy math. 15 times 2 is 30 ounces. I should have thought of that first, huh? I'm an engineer after all. So I'm gonna start, I'll add the RGS. You can mix these together and you'll be okay. You can apply them at the exact same time, so you don't have to worry about applying one and then applying the next. So I'm gonna fill this up until it gets to just halfway between the 14 and the 16 ounce mark. Try to do it on level surface. This is about level right here. And if you want to wear gloves, you can, because it gets kind of messy. And make sure you shake this stuff really good before you apply it. You want to make sure you get it mixed in really good. I'm going to give it an extra shake, even though I already shook it up before I started recording. Same with this one. To the 30 ounce mark. I might not even make it actually. Oh boy, I might even make it. Barely made it. A little bit foamy in here, so I'm gonna mix it with some more water and mix it with some water just to wash out the tub. I'll be right back. All right, let's see where this settled down at. Give this a good mix. Swish it around a little bit, get the air out of that. You wanted to aerate, right? Ah, it's a funny joke. Not really. Bad joke. Alright. I'm just going to add a little bit with the water that I mixed in with some water just to top it off. Okay. So that'll have to do. And I'll show you what to do. This has been acting kind of finicky. I might need to get a new one, but when I did get it, I took out the screen from the bottom to allow the thicker particles and stuff from these things to work their way through. So just close this up and we'll attach it. All right, so I just want to show you something on here. This one has 3 different settings. This is the shower setting, and it's just like, you know, like you're taking a shower. Then it's got the flat setting, which is like a wider fan. This is the setting I usually like to use more often because it disperses it a little bit more evenly. But you can use whichever one you want. The cone setting or the jet setting, not going to be using it for this application, and you probably won't use it frequently. So let's connect the hose up to this. I'm gonna set this to, I have it set to 2 ounces, what I did last time, just to get it to go slowly. I don't want to go through it too fast. That's part of the recommendation. Make sure that you're not using too much of it or running out of it too fast. So start at 2 ounces or 3 ounces, whichever one you end up being more comfortable with. And then just apply evenly. Make even passes until you run out. And if there's a spot you want to hit a couple times, hit it a little bit heavier. So I'm going to go and do that now. And then I'll be done with this application. By the way, this stuff can stain, so try not to get it on anything that you don't want getting dirty. And if you get it on something, wash it off right away. Like I got some on my my mailbox post, and I don't want it to stain because I just painted it this summer. So I'm just gonna go rinse it off. I'm gonna set this to the off setting, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how I'm gonna do the second pass. Okay, so after the first pass, I have about, let's see when I calm this down, 8 ounces left. A little bit more, maybe 10 ounces. So I used about 2/3 of what I needed. So this time, to use the rest up, I know I'm gonna use about 20 ounces for each pass. I'm gonna take the hose, I'll just turn it off. I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna fill it up to the 20 ounce mark. All right, I went a little bit over, and it's okay if you go over. The idea is you just want to get the rest of it spread out as evenly as possible. So I'm going to do it again with the same thing. I'll just start on this side. Let's mix it up a little bit. Finish this side up, and we'll go back and finish the front. Get low, just keep repeating this until it's really thin. I've done it evenly across the board, so I'll just do it again. One more time. If I can get this thing back on. so it's mostly empty. Sometimes I have to do this thing where I open it to spray because the end might not actually be getting into the liquid, so I'll just do that a little bit. I'll add a little bit more water. Spray it out. Alright, so that's done. Alright, so if that helps you and you want to do the same thing to your lawn, check out the link in the description for the products that I use. You'll find Air-8 and RGS under the N-Ext biostimulants in the link tree. Same with on my link in bio on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram and see some progress updates between these kinds of videos, I'm on Instagram at Mike Botros, MikeBotros, and on Facebook at Mike Botros DIY. And I do more than just lawns, but right now is the season for the lawn care, so I'm focusing really heavily on the lawn overseeding and conditioning the soils. You know, when winter comes, I'll be doing a lot of more work inside the house. I like to do some work on my car too, but I don't think I'm going to be posting much on this channel for it, just because most people who do DIYs for the home don't really care about cars. If you like car stuff and you want to see car stuff, leave a comment and let me know what you want to see me do more of. So that's the end of the week 3 update. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and wherever else you find me. If I'm somewhere else in the future, who knows where I'll be, the way things are going these days. It is 2020, and it's one of the years for the record. It's a year for the record books. That's how the saying goes. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.